Hello, shalom, bonsoir, ciao, ciao, bonjour, guten tag, uh, shalom. Did I say shalom already? Assalamu. I mean, darn. There's so many ways to say hello to everybody, and really, all I want to do is say hello. Give greetings, give love, and not as a stranger, but as a relative, as a brother. Go on my way. What I want to say is I just got done eating lunch, but not that. What I want to say is I just was listening to music, boom, 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 and all of a sudden this video pops up. It's talking about chakras, and I'm kind of looking at it like, don't try to come at me with some extra confusing stuff that's more than E equals MC squared, because right when I hear stuff that's extra BS, I'm like, no, take that out, erase that, move this back over there, and boom, it's simple. That's how life should have been. That's how life explains itself. Simple. You can't get overcomplicated with all of this, unrational, unrelative, unexplainable explanation for the unexplainable. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make up a story to something that was already a story that was made up, that was fed to us. So with this not Akashic record, sorry, the chakras. With this chakra thingy, it's the only thing that I've ever saw that said the egg of life theory. If you watch that, it's amazing. That's the only thing that talks about the reincarnation, which I value so much because it explains the depth of my research. Whenever I think about when I was, passed out, when I was in sleep suspense, when I felt like I went through some type of, being possessed for a moment thing, the stigmata thingy, when people have died, I also helped somebody come back, because instead of opening the door and saying rest in peace right away, and like seeing somebody that was fading away into the darkness, heart failure, you don't just die, you're dying like super fast. You get knocked out, you pass out, you fall on the ground. It's time consuming. You might have had 3 hours to save someone. When somebody's already in the bathroom for like 1 hour, close to an hour, maybe even longer, you don't know how long that person had left until he was completely gone. But when I opened the door to somebody and I said, all right, and I stopped, it really trips me out, because how do you make up this story if it's always exactly the same, because I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember a lot of things like it was yesterday. So anyways, with this person that was my sister's husband, boyfriend, my brother, I mean, we're all brothers, so no matter what, even if, and sisters, even if they weren't together or whatever, even if me and him don't get along, guess what? That's my brother. In spirit, we're always related. And so I don't deprive anybody of calling them brother in flesh or in spirit. But when I brought him back, like I said, in many times in my stories on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I don't want to get into detail how my sister was just pushing him out of the way, not caring about his posture, his neck, his brain, anything that could hurt the cranium, vertebrae, the spinal column, the disc, the hips, all of that, you could really hurt somebody if they're on the ground, So what I'm trying to say is I ran to my room, which is right, like, here's the door and here's my door. So right when I ran to the room and I was facing where he was at, I was looking at my closet and it was bare empty. And, he's just on the other side of a thin little drywall because of how thin the apartments are. You have this little 2x4 and drywall. You could hear people if they're freaking, I don't really want to say it on air, but if somebody was like late at night and they're sleeping on the couch and they went to the restroom to relieve themselves, like you'd be like, if you're awake, you're like, ugh, and you put pillow over your head. That's the kind of apartment I was living in when I was renting from a person that was on the lease, and this whole little story with just not being a suitable place for a professional worker, a person that really cares about people. Selling tiny little sacks doesn't really make any sense to me. If, like, still, you shouldn't sell any sacks, but anyways, yeah, it was a little trap spot place that I wasn't really happy with. And I told everybody, keep your business to yourself. That way I don't have to worry about anything, because it's not my problem that I'm trying to fucking, oh, I shouldn't be cursing, but live straight, and everybody else is trying to get me screwed over for no reason. I mean, there's a lot of setup things, whether it's natural, supernatural, or unnatural, whether it's by purpose or by mistake. But I'm getting off the point. I brought this person back because I started praying right away, hardcore. And I was like saying, you know, take my strength. I was saying all these things as far as sacrifice. And am I as strong as I used to be? No. I mean, not physically lifting stuff. My arms kind of give out a little bit when I'm lifting like a 30-pounder, 40-pounder that way. And I used to be able to... I mean, I need to work out, but still. You always got to rebuild that you have given away. You know, regardless. Food, strength, energy, frequency. You got to rebuild it. I mean, dude looked like he was 70, 80 years old when he came back from his heart failure and him waking up. You know, him getting some type of frequency from me in my prayer and chant for him to come back. And even though he got that to give him a jump start, the vehicle was still running shaky. You know, his vessel is limping around. He was very, very, very weak, like an old man, even though he's only like 48, 49. That is truth. That is fact. You know, you can't make that up. And what I wanted to say was, the one thing that this video helped me out with was explain how 5, 6, 7, and 8 are very important. 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are very, very important and key numbers, not only in all of the patterns through history. You know, Jesus stood for 5 points, the 5-star on the Christmas tree. 6-star points stands for Star of David. 7 angles or shapes stands for Star of David also. You know what I mean? You have the 1 in the middle, you have the 6 all around. So 6 and 7 is exactly the same when it comes to Star of David. When you look at the constellation, what happened to Pluto's moons? What happened to our moon? Why does it look a little bit different? Why is the earth kind of super dry? Why are we finding out that people have been able to take melatonin oils from our skin? And are they alive or are they dead when they take the skin oils? Why are we learning about all this sacrificial stuff that is blowing everyone's mind? Why did I come out of nowhere with 1 or 2 very good, smart people? I would say like my officers. You know what I mean? If I was like a Britain battalion, if I was a military, whatever, I would say these are my officers, because they were very smart. They were scientific. You know, they're not just my scientists that we threaten to work all day. They're also my officers, where we work all day. You know, we are smart thinkers. And when we're thinking about quantum thinking, I just ate, so like I said, let me get some iced tea. Sadly, all we do is drink sugar water, and that's why we're actually not able to process our spiritual intellect so strong. Do I drink regular water? Yes, but even regular water, it wouldn't taste sweet without just the tiniest bit of sugar. And so that's why, whether you're buying Aquafina, you're buying Fuji, remember, there's a little bit of sugar and salt added. It doesn't look like it. You can't even trace it. But when you drink that water, you're like, oh, that's good. You know, these are the things that are kind of organic, but not really organic. I mean, you don't need to add these type of things in your things if it's already natural, neutral, you know? But this is a lot of waking up stuff for a lot of people. I mean, I could go on and on forever as far as you wanting to, you know, bring the press or a big table of people asking me questions. I'll be like, you there? All right, I'll answer that. Boom. You there? Boom, boom. I answer that. Boom, right there. And it's just helpful. But yeah, I haven't even got that yet. 5 months of trying to help everyone and only be seen to try to help everyone. I still have not got it. I've still been getting messed with on my phone as far as the battery turning off when it's half full or full. Posts being rewritten or messed up, like if I don't know how to write. Posts Did I say they get deleted? Yeah. A lot of things have been happening with these apps because I've been putting a lot of info out there. And with a video that I record on the phone without internet and then I post to YouTube, it really helps to get the message out. What else is there to say? I don't know. Anybody that has questions, send me a video of you asking and I'll send you back a video. That's the only way to make sure that people aren't robots, people aren't trying to scam me, and they're actually real people, not bots, that are actually asking these questions. Anyways, Victorio, a.k.a. Clout Killer, also a.k.a. Victor Osborne on Facebook.